Hottest fragrances right now, but are they worth the money? Let's go. What's going on, guys? My name's Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. If you're not already a part of the family, then go ahead and join it. It doesn't even cost anything. It's just a click, and there we go. We're done. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the hottest fragrances that are trending on TikTok, Instagram, and a whole bunch of platforms. People are just buying the shit out of these bad boys. And in the next video, we'll be talking about some more glazed ones. You don't want to miss that episode, nor this one, so let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to start with some of the more older ones on this list, and something that's an oldie but still a goodie, and it's going to consistently come up because of how good and how expensive and much clout this one brings when you talk about it. It's called Louis Vuitton's Imagination. Now, this is a $300 to $400 to $500 fragrance if you're buying the big bottle. And the scent profile, you'd be surprised, smells like a bar of soap. Quite literally like a bar of soap, with maybe the inclusion of a natural green tea. Not maybe, it actually is. And for that price, I definitely should not be flipping it, but for that price, is it worth it? Longevity for this one is a 10 out of 10. Projection, longevity, and even the compliment factor is a 10 out of 10. When I initially got this, I was like, who the hell wants to smell like a bar of soap? But throughout my experience, I started to really tie this one into an actual experience. It's imagine yourself being on the beach. You're at a luxury hotel. You're going into the bathroom. You got maybe some like seagull caca in your hand, and you're going to wash it. And they have this luxury soap. You're rinsing your hand, but you realize that they also have on your way out from the bathroom some fresh iced tea. Now you leave, you grab the cup of iced tea, you go to smell your hand, and all you can smell is soap and iced tea. Imagination. Imagine that. That's what that's why they called it imagination. That was a scenario you're supposed to imagine, obviously. But this is so expensive. For me, I'd buy it again, and it's one of the only soapy fragrances I personally like, and one of the reasons why is the shit ton of compliments. But for the price, man, it's crazy. I've done many clone wars and many smell-alikes, and there were two that I narrowed it down to being the absolute best ones. One of them being Essence de Blanc. That was in my opinion, the closest one because of the green tea. It by far has the most crisp green tea out of them all. However, in terms of longevity and your favorites, it's this. It's called Marwa by Arabiat Prestige. So I'm not saying that this isn't worth it. It is, but if you don't have the dough, or if you want to make smarter financial decisions, or maybe just less on your wallets, then this is the next best thing in regards to the most highest reviewed. It is a little bit soapier. It's not as prominent with the green tea, but it's still definitely there. The bottle design is pretty sick, and for those of you who care about that gimmicky shit, it's also got this really nice pressurized atomizer, and that smells clean, bro. Clean, white florals, soapy, tea, aromatic, masculine. Both of these are excellent. I don't get less than 7 to 8 hours with this one either, and for a fraction of the price, it's around $50 on Shop AROMATIX and multiple other websites where you could do the research yourself. But we make it easy by putting the links down in the description, and also that subscribe button. It's just so conveniently placed right there. It does help the channel, and then I come back and share these videos with you. Moving on to the next one. This is, in my opinion, the best nitro fragrance right now, and it's Nitro Elixir Silver. All silver bottle, and it smells like YSL Myself Le Parfum, which in itself has some fresh citruses, some peppery black pepper, and as it dries down, the difference between this one and that is going to be that it has this Invictus-y bubblegummy style sweetness with a spun sugar baccarat. It's Nitro Red meets YSL Myself Le Parfum. Longevity, it is all day. Projection, I wouldn't personally spray this more than 6 to 7 times. You're set the entire day. Next one on this list is the Off Non-Supremacy Collector Edition, and in order to talk about whether or not it's worth it, we have to talk about what this is inspired by. It's supposed to be Creed Aventus Absolute. Now, as a dupe, there's absolutely better than this. As a fragrance standalone, I think that this is a bit more versatile, and I think that it's easier to wear, but it is not the closest one. Reason I say that is that this one, as it dries down, it has more of like this sweetened style of musk, and it seems more glazed, and because of that, it gives it more of like this sophisticated, put together, suit and tie type of vibe over this one. It's not necessarily that it doesn't have it, it's just that this one is a little bit more glazed. And in fact, a truer inspiration would be Off Non's or Armand's Club de Nuit Precious. It has more of that glazed vibe, and in fact, it might have it slightly dosed up in this even versus this. So it has ginger, it has that classic Aventus DNA with what smells like barbershoppy, oak mossy spice, lavender. It's kind of like if you took this Creed Aventus and you blended it with Sauvage Elixir. And where this one goes is it's like it's a fruity batch of that. Less on the spice, less on the sweetness. It's kind of like a strong shadow of this. So I didn't say just a shadow because that would imply that it's a weak fragrance, but it's a strong shadow of this. More citrusy, more airy, less sweet, less glazed, whereas this one is a dosed up and seeming more concentrated version of this. This one has the total refinement. It's obviously going to be the best of the lot, but this one would be the closest next best thing. And this one, since it's trending so hard, it's actually trending significantly. I just wanted to be able to offer you guys this and expand on this in a separate episode. So if you want something that's the closest, this is good. Otherwise, this is still a damn good fragrance. Longevity, and all things considered, is also really well. Like, I mean, I have never personally gotten less than 8 hours with most of the Supremacy collectors or Supremacy fragrances, except for like the silver and some of the older ones. Moving on into the last and the newest release, Oud Zarian. I love this. Yes, there are similarities to Amouage fragrances because it's a French take on Middle Eastern fragrances. Middle Eastern fragrances are trending. I've been grandfathering Middle Eastern fragrances for the last 3 years, and it makes me super proud to see a French house that's this heritage-driven into the French perfumery do a Middle Eastern take. 80-year-old Jalali aged Bangladeshi oud. Not animalistic, it's in the more sweet and resin territory with a shit ton of spices. Somebody in the comment section it's just ignorance, and I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, it's just a lack of knowledge towards spices, said it smells like curry. It's licorice, bro. It's licorice and a lot of other spices, but it's definitely not curry. This is licorice, okay? And it's found in Dior Sauvage, and also in this fragrance as well. Ginger, some citrus at the top, opening, some freshness, fresh, spicy, but it dries down into something gorgeous, man. It's got like this borderline incensey vibe, but it's not nearly as tarry or smoky or as polarizing as Royal Tobacco. This is more wearable. I love this stuff, and I was getting wafts of it the entire day. It's $600, but I would buy it again. I love this. And I even considered buying a backup bottle, but for all this glaze, Creed should just send me a bottle. For all that glaze, Creed. This is the first Creed fragrance I've glazed. Ever. It's the only one I think is worth it, as of today. And mostly because of performance and longevity. Delphinus is okay. You know, the other fragrances are okay. You know, Aventus was good. Aventus Absolute, I said, was good, but that's pretty much it. All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. These are some of the most glazed and hyped fragrances right now, and whether or not they're worth it. My name is Neeb. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.